This week on the premiere of 49ers Sac Hi Sports, Friday Night Lights are back for the 2021 season, and we have the highlights. We'll show you Folsom taking on Monterey Trail, Elk Grove meeting Inderkum, and Kimball facing off against Tracy.
We'll take you to the court for some girls volleyball action, including Bella Vista and Vista Del Lago, plus the inspirational story of this Sacramento high school football star and his journey from the foster care system to earning Division I scholarship offers. The premiere of 49ers Sac Hi Sports starts right now.
Welcome to 49ers Sac Hi Sports. I'm Aubrey Tolliver.
And I'm Robert Braunstein. As many of you might know, 49ers Cal Hi Sports has been covering Bay Area high school sports for the last 29 years, and we are excited to have a new hour-long show dedicated to schools and teams from the greater Sacramento area.
That's right. So boys and girls sports for 42 weeks. So Sacramento, Tracy, Stockton, Davis, Yuba City, this show is for you. Robert, how about we start this thing off?
Let's do it. We start tonight in Folsom, where Granite Bay and Vista Del Lago face off on the first game of the season. Granite Bay graduated many key players at the end of that shortened spring season. The Grizzlies also featuring a new head coach, Joe Catalico, who I, of course, know very well.
Yes, he's a Bay Area guy.
Yeah, and his dad, Butch, helping out, which is great.
Nice. You know everybody, though.
In the Bay Area. We're learning in Sacramento. We'll get
We're going to get there. The Vista Del Lago Eagles went 4-1 in that shortened season, also graduating many of their top players. It's the Eagles and Grizzlies to start off the show in the game played Friday night. You love to see it. The Vista Del Lago student section showing up for its school's home opener against Granite Bay. We are 5 minutes in. Jacob Hollinghaus gets a snap, throws it deep, a perfect pass, and perfect catch by Nolan Goodwin. Vista is the first to score. On the ensuing Grizzly drive, Noah Mitchum, the slant pass to James Stabbert. Stabbert takes a sharp turn past two defenders and finds his way up the sideline for a big gain. But the Vista defense holds the Grizzlies to just a field goal. Luis Huerta wrangles up the ball carrier, 7-3 Vista in the lead. But the Granite Bay defense was just as hot as the first winds down. Frank Casano clobbers a quarterback to bring up 4th and long. Vista going for a field goal, but Josh Koibian blocks the kick, picks it up himself, and goes the other way. A big play for the Grizzlies as they resume the drive in the second quarter. Mitchum from midfield looking for Dominic Suarez. Got him. Dom hauls it in to give the Grizzlies their first lead of the night, 10-7 Granite Bay. Grizzlies looking for more with 5 minutes to go in the half, but the Eagles' Wesley Bonner comes up with back-to-back sacks to get his offense on the field. 10 yards out, Mitchum drops back and launches a pass in the corner of the end zone to Matt Long. Touchdown Eagles. Vista Del Lago leads it 14-10 at the half. Here's Vista's first possession in the second half. It's a pick. Casano, the interception. He's a sophomore. We saw him get a pick. We saw him get a sack. Let's watch Casano score. Frank busts through the plane. A man of many talents, and again, just a sophomore. With just under 7 to go in the game, Granite Bay tacks on another with a short Jace Latson run, and the Grizzlies begin to bust it open, but Vista's not going down without a fight. Hollinghaus connects with Aiden Santos. That's 6 more for the Eagles, but just not enough. Granite Bay caps off the scoring with another big play. It's Latson busting through the line. Fantastic blocks from his lineman, and it's an open field to Paydirt. Bye-bye, Latson. Granite Bay wins its season opener 38-22. Casano with a great start to his sophomore season, and we caught up with him after the win.
Going into the game, we had a little rough start, but our O-line just really started to step it up. You know, we got used to the gameplay. The hole started opening up, and we were just kind of getting it down the throat. You know, I think we've all just been waiting for this moment. You know, we were scared that this game was going to get canceled. You know, COVID last year really shortened our season. A lot of people were bummed out. You know, everyone was just really happy to get out here, have a real game with fans out. So, yeah.
Tracy area sports coverage is presented by Tracy Toyota off Freeway 205 in Tracy, with you all the way.
The Tracy Bulldogs celebrating 100 years of football at the school. Very impressive. Also impressive, the Dog Pound out in full force as the Bulldogs take the field in this battle of Tanktown. Kimball driving in the first, and this guy is really impressive. Nicholas Coronado rolling to his left, directing traffic. Look at the time he has and fires deep to Mason Rivera, and the senior hauls it in. A terrific play. That leads to this Coronado touchdown run and a 6-0 Kimball Jaguars lead. The Jags go for two. Coronado rolling and firing to Willie Clifton, 8-0 Kimball. Same score later in the first. Kimball looking for more, but there to pick off the pass is Jeremiah Zamora with a nice return for Tracy Zamora with a big play there on defense. The Bulldogs capitalize right away. Dwayne Thomas with great speed for the Bulldogs. He turns the corner and no one's going to catch Dwayne. 35 yards and Tracy cuts the lead to 8-6. But Kimball driving again, this Coronado guy again buying time in the backfield and throws a deep ball perfectly to Rivera, who makes a spectacular catch, 1 foot down and in for the touchdown. Look at this again, Rivera making the catch, 1 foot just in. That's a great play, 2-point conversion good. It's 16-7 Kimball. Second quarter now, Kimball on the move again and again. Coronado finding time, rolling left and throwing right. A beautiful pass to a wide open Rivera. Another score for Mason, 22-7 Kimball. Tracy answers right back later in the second. Thomas again running it in to cut the lead to 22-14. Just before the half, Coronado running around again, but this time the Bulldogs get him as Andrew Malogan gets the sack, and the Tracy sideline was liking that. Third quarter now, and Coronado keeps on firing, going deep down the far sideline. A perfect strike to Willie Clifton, who is down at the 2-yard line. The Jaguars looking to score, but cutting in front of this pass is Curtis Maynor with a huge interception for Tracy to stop the scoring threat. But the Kimball D holds, and Coronado is at it again. He's looking to throw and finds senior tight end Ethan McGee in the end zone as Kimball takes a 2-touchdown lead, 28-14. But Tracy comes right back, triple option, as the pass goes from Drew Frederick to Dwayne Thomas, and Thomas is in again, and again, it's just a one-score game. But Kimball driving, and this play is just unbelievable. Look at Coronado rolling out, avoiding defenders, and then firing back across the field. Coming back to make the catch is Willie Clifton, who avoids the tackler and then races for 25 yards after the catch. What an amazing play there. And that leads to the Sebastian Tate run up the middle, and he just does squeeze into the end zone with the help of his friends. 34-21 Jaguars. The Jags go for two, Coronado to McGee, and the big tight end makes the catch, 36-21, Kimball in the lead. The Kimball defense was solid all night long. A terrific play here by Travis Mariero, the junior linebacker, with a big play late. Now let me introduce you to Sebastian Tate, coming right into your living room as Kimball wins at 42-27. The Jaguars' first win over Tracy in 10 years. A huge game for the quarterback Coronado, who knows how big this win is for his team.
This win means a lot to us. 10 years, like you said. It went on social media. We seen 10 years, and in back of our mind, we said not this year. As a team, we came together. We had a goal, and we signed posters. We know what we want to do at the end of the season. Nobody knows, but at the end of the season, you guys will know. But this win, this is not just for us, team. This is for the school. This is for the city. I hope everybody opens their eyes and say, Kimball's not the little brother to them no more. We're the big bros.
Courtney Tate here in Lodi, where the Tokay Tigers are hosting the Lathrop Spartans. The Spartans hit the ground running on the very first play of the game. Aaron Ramones on the return takes off down the field. He finds a hole. He's headed towards the end zone. No one there to stop him. Breaks a tackle towards the end, crosses the goal line, and puts Lathrop up 6-0 early. Now in the third and goal, Ramones fakes the handoff, muscles his way up the middle, and gets in the end zone. Lathrop takes a 14-0 lead before the half. Second half, Tigers making a push. Barrett Crosby off the handoff makes a nice run, putting Tokay in great scoring position. And Elias Castro seals the deal right here. Same play, finds a hole up the middle, and the Tigers put their first 6 points on the board. Spartans still with a 14-7 lead. In the third, this time the defense putting on a show. Noah Martinez racing from the right side to come up with a huge sack for loss and coming up with a fourth down. Tokay still fighting with the chance to tie or take the lead. It's Barrett Crosby again. This time he finds his way in the end zone, scores 14-13 Spartans. Now in the fourth, Tokay looking to take the lead for the first time. Braden Moreno launches the ball downfield. Xavion Moreno completes the pass, carries it across the goal line, and the Tigers have their first lead. Score is 19-14. Lathrop hoping to score quickly late in the fourth, but Ramones' pass is intercepted and the Tigers take over at the 30-yard line with plenty of time left to score. Now 2nd and 4, 20 seconds left on the playing clock. Brandon Moreno to Andrew Melgoza. He glides in the end zone and puts the nail in the coffin. The Tigers have their first win of the season, 25-14. Moreno led the way with 125 yards and 1 touchdown.
Stanford Healthcare brings us important tips each week so athletes can be performing at their very best.
Here's 49ers team physician Dr. Tim McAdams with this week's Stanford Health Tip.
Although we are fortunate to live in a mostly temperate climate here in Northern California, heat illness can still occur. This is best prevented through an acclimatization period to adjust to sudden exposure to higher temperatures, getting adequate sleep and hydration, and avoiding any new nutritional supplements. If unrecognized, heat illness can progress to exertional heat stroke, a very dangerous condition in which your temperature can rise to over 104 degrees. Signs of worsening heat illness often include irritability, dizziness, cramping, and headache. The key to treatment is early recognition, calling 911, and rapid cooling within 30 minutes in a cold tub, which should be readily available at your training facility. So if you see another athlete showing signs of severe heat illness, go ahead and alert the proper help, but get them in cold water immediately.
Coming up, it's our first SunPower Electric game. It is the Vacaville Bulldogs hosting the Davis Blue Devils.
And Sutter and Calusa battle it out on the volleyball court. This is 49ers Sac Hi Sports. We'll be right back.
The team approach that Stanford Healthcare took with my diagnosis was really the reason why I'm able to be where I am today.
Jeremy's condition was very unique in that he had a genetic hereditary variant called Nail patella syndrome. With Jeremy coming from pretty far away, we really wanted to keep tabs on his recuperation. Video visits really allows us to engage with the patient and then explore treatment options.
Moving forward, I've been able to engage in sports in a way that I've never been able to engage before.
At Tracy Toyota, we're not just devoted to selling cars. We're committed to our community. We're donating $100,000 to help local organizations in Tracy. We call it Champions Thanking Heroes, like the Tracy Family Resource Center, who serve the local community. To reach our goal, we'll donate $50 for every vehicle sold. Check out our great lineup of new Toyotas. Our certified used cars come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Tracy Toyota, with you all the way.
Bang, bang, Niner gang.
Touchdown! San Francisco!
We gon' get out what we got mad at. Many have tried, but many have failed. The 49ers got the livest fans in the NFL. I tried to tell them we back and we never left and we got heart. Levi Stadium starting to feel like Candlestick Park. Who are we? Bang, bang, Niner gang. Niner gang. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Niner gang. Bang, bang, Niner gang.
We are back at the NBC Sports Studio here at the beautiful Levi Stadium as we prepare you for the matchup between Davis and Vacaville. These two teams faced off last April in the shortened season. Vacaville winning that one by just 1 touchdown.
Now, this will be the last time I say it. One and only time I say it. The Vacaville mascot should not be a bulldog. It
Why?
should obviously be a cow.
Why?
Cattle. Vacaville, vaca in Spanish means cow. They literally live in Cowville.
And this was
the Cowville Bulldogs. Doesn't make any sense.
That was important for you?
Yes, it's very important for me to say on the first. I'll never bring it up again. I'm just saying.
So you're thinking there should be the Bullville Bulldogs?
Yes.
I don't think the Vacaville people are going to be happy about that at all, but go ahead.
All right. Well, it's the Bulldogs and the Blue Devils facing off in our first monster game of the year. Our Brian Mueller was there.
Electric game.
Well, we'll get to the game in a second, but there was a lot going on pregame here in Vacaville Friday night. The Bulldogs celebrating the opening of the newly renovated Tom Zunino Stadium, named after the legendary former coach. Former players from as far back as the 40s were on the field, reliving the glory days. The school also honored the late coach's wife, Bernie Zunino, who's been a fixture at games for the past 60 years. And speaking of games, this is expected to be a good one between Davis and Vacaville in our Sun Power Electric game. Now, last year, the Blue Devils gave the Bulldogs a run for their money, but Vacaville eventually winning that one 28-21. The Bulldogs are led by senior QB Ryan Vaughn, who threw for more than 839 yards and 9 touchdowns in just 5 games last season. And running back Darian Leon Guerrero had 17 total touchdowns in those 5 games. As for the Blue Devils, Trajan Clark is back at quarterback after throwing for around 500 yards and 6 TDs in 3 games last season. But it was his running back doing some damage early. Jude Vaughn drags a pound of Bulldogs into the end zone for a 4-yard score. 2-point conversion is good, and the Blue Devils have an 8-7 lead early in the first. Later in the quarter, Davis looking to expand that lead, but the pass is tipped up for grabs, and Roman Price is right there for the pick. The Bulldog fans telling us not to miss this play. Vaughn tosses it deep to Anthony Wiley, 57-yard TD. 14-8 midway through the first, and the Bulldog offense is just getting unleashed. Vaughn legging this one out himself, lowers his throwing shoulder, and he's in from 9 yards out, 21-8. Early second now, and Darian Leon Guerrero starts to go to work. You can see why he averaged more than 3 touchdowns a game last season. This one's 57 yards. It's 28-8. Next drive, Leon Guerrero basically doing the same thing, but this time on a run, and he outruns everyone on the way to a 62-yard score, 219 total yards, and 3 touchdowns for the senior. It's 35-8 at the half, and Davis is trying to regroup. They go back to the ground game with Vaughn, goes nearly sideline to sideline on this run, part of a 117-yard night for him, but couldn't quite get into the end zone, and Vacaville would keep them out on a goal line stand. The Bulldog D, they were bullish the entire night, allowing just 230 total yards. Luca Sartorio with the sack, and Vacaville ends the game on a 38-0 run to win it 45-8. Leon Guerrero says this is a different Bulldog team from the one that barely beat the Blue Devils last year.
Honestly, we got a new group, and this year I think we just really worked hard. You know, we had a good brotherhood, and we were together, and it was a good game.
The Oak Ridge students section rumbling Friday night as their Trojans face Consumnes Oaks. 5 minutes in, quarterback Drew Cowart hands it off to Reese Catchings, and the senior goes 15 yards to pay dirt, the first touchdown of the season for the Trojans. It's 7-0 Oak Ridge as the half winds down. Cowart fakes the handoff and finds Zach Lerner down the far sideline. Lerner pushes a defender off of him. Touchdown, Trojans. Consumnes Oaks trying to cut the Trojan League back to 1 score heading into the break, but John Hayward plays spoiler. The junior defensive back comes down with the interception. Oak Ridge leads it 14-0 at the half. In the third, Cowart in the shotgun, drops back, sees Caden Riley wide open. Riley goes 20 yards to move the chains in the right direction. The drive ends in a touchdown to make it 21-0. The Trojan offense just showing off in this season opener. Cowart surveying, making his way out of the pocket, and it's Nick Ekaterini's on the receiving end, and no one is gonna catch him. Nick walks it in and celebrates with his guy, John. And how about that Trojan defense pitching a shutout as the third winds down? Connor Dassman with the sack. The Oak Ridge defense comes up big on the Trojans' way to a 42-0 victory over Consumnes Oaks to go to 1-0 on the season.
The fans from Colusa were very excited to see the Sac Hi camera at its Sutter-Colusa volleyball game. Early on, Mia Minard for Sutter gets the girls out to a quick 5-0 lead on this ace. But Colusa was working the nets hard as Leah Ferreira gets the roof. Game tied. Still in the first game, the Colusa Redhawks down 1, but not for long as Abby Myers sets up Reese Roper for the kill. Colusa takes game 1. And the Red Tails staying loose in between the set. Then it's Colusa's Myers starts off the second game with an ace. Then it's Reese Roper who bumps to Myers, who sets up Leah Ferreira for the kill. That's 1 of 5 in the game. So I gotta be honest with you, I thought the girls were saying roof on blocks, but they were actually yelling woo. Still in game 2, Sutter has some woos of their own as Laura Anderson blocks this would-be kill. Great teamwork here for the Redhawks as Anaya Guzman and Roper with the great effort to get the ball over to Myers, who just sneaks it in. Calusa takes game 2. Sutter looking strong in game 3 as Gracie Longsdorf takes care of this free ball with the kill. But it was all Calusa on this night as Roper goes down with a woo or an ooh at the net. Redhawks win in 3.
Coming up, we'll introduce you to this week's inspirational athlete, Lamont Johnson Burrell from Sacramento High School.
But first, take a look at our preseason girls volleyball top 10 poll.
Every day, the sun comes up. And right on cue, the work begins. We start every morning, knowing full well we're in it for the long haul. Our work is a labor of love. No task too small, no moment uncherished. And although we're not often thanked, we rest knowing that our work is making a brighter future. This is more than milk.
Right now, my electrical bill is about $10 a month.
This is definitely one of the best investments we did in our house.
All over the country, people are taking control over their electric bills by going solar with SunPower. We offer the most efficient, durable panels on the market, so you can see a return on your investment every month.
I was paying $220 a month. Now I pay about $22 a month.
Right now, 49ers faithful get a $1,000 Visa reward card from SunPower. Go online today.
We got next. We ready to flex. We're ready to rock. Headed to the top. We got next. Can't settle for less. I'ma need your best. So give it all you got.
Kennedy Schonauer makes space with 4 defenders around her and fires from 31 yards out and hits it perfectly.
Can't settle for less. I'ma need your best. So give it all you got. We got next. Number 1, numero uno. Front page in the news. Yeah, now you know. For the win, blood, sweat, tears in the gym. Harder than the rest.
Welcome back. Each week we share with you stories of inspirational athletes who overcome adversity to succeed on the field and in the classroom.
Our Brian Mueller is here to tell us a story about a Sac Hi football player who's doing just that.
Well, guys, last semester, Lamont Johnson Burrell had a 3.95 GPA. Pretty good, right? Not good enough for Lamont, who was pretty disappointed he just missed that 4.0. That pursuit of perfection is a mindset the senior didn't always have, and one that took a lot of hardship to fully grasp. Lamont Johnson Burrell set the tone for his high school career in his very first varsity game.
Played corner and he got burned. And he said, "Coach, that'll never happen again." And I'm like, for a sophomore to come up and say that'll never happen again in your first varsity game, you're really going to take this serious. And ever since then, he's been locked down.
Let's go! And Lamont has kept that promise through a combination of size, speed, and film study. But there was one game last year that really put the 6'3" receiver and corner on recruiters' radars.
I scored 3 touchdowns that game. It was just amazing. I was shutting everything down on defense. It just all came together.
And it turns out the key to the 3 TD and 1 interception performance was potassium.
Before the game, I ate like 3 bananas. I really didn't want to cramp up. I usually cramp up during games.
Lamont already has 3 college offers as a cornerback, including D1 Cal Poly.
For a lot of us, that's the reason why we coach. We don't make a lot of money, but for seeing him at 5 years old, running around McClatchy Park out here now, you know, seeing his Twitter page go off with offers, I mean, it's the reason why we do it. And for him, I mean, it's going to probably change his life.
It's still hitting me that I still got my first offer that, I don't know, I'm really going to be able to play sports in college. It's just amazing.
Even more amazing when you consider where Lamont came from.
Growing up, it was kind of rough, I'm not going to lie. 4th grade through 5th grade, I was in and out of group homes. Coming to 8th grade, in and out of group homes. 9th grade, in and out.
Lamont grew up in the Oak Park neighborhood. It took moving out of his unstable home environment and in with his grandma for things to turn around.
I think just the change of environment helped him academically to focus on grades in school, not the streets.
He's nice, kind. He's very responsible too.
Two of Lamont's aunts also played a crucial role. The twins, who he sees more like older sisters, have forged a close relationship with Lamont.
Even though they're in the Army, they still call me every day. It's good to know someone who's been through it and made it through, so it just gave me huge motivation.
But just as Lamont was finding his footing, he was unmoored by a sudden loss. His best friend and classmate, Jalen Beschart, was shot and killed in his car in October of last year. Lamont is honoring his former teammate in the best way he knows how.
I think that was a big factor to me really just breaking out and having a great season and bringing my grades up. Every day I pray that he just watches over me. It just means a lot. It means a lot.
Lamont will have no shortage of motivation when he steps onto the field this year, playing for friends and family near and far, and for a future that's looking brighter by the day.
I just want to shut everything down, get more offers, amaze my family.
That's one thing that I stand by. No matter where you come from, if you work hard and put in the work and focus, you can be anything you want to be, and Lamont's a prime example of that.
Coach Drayden also added that Lamont has NFL potential. The Dragons are back in action next week against Kimball.
And they're looking good.
Yeah, they are, absolutely.
Yeah, and with Lamont there, they'll be in good shape.
And hopefully we'll see him playing on Sundays one day.
That would be lovely. All right, coming up, it's the game of the week as Folsom and Monterey Trail battle it out.
But first, take a look at our Spirit Corner featuring the cheer team from Vista del Lago.
Many have failed. The 49ers got the livest fans in the NFL. I tried to tell them we back and we never left and we got heart. Levi Stadium starting to feel like Candlestick Park. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Niner gang. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Niner gang. Bang, bang, Niner gang.
The team approach that Stanford Healthcare took with my diagnosis was really the reason why I'm able to be where I am today.
Jeremy's condition was very unique in that he had a genetic hereditary variant called Nail Patella syndrome. With Jeremy coming from pretty far away, we really wanted to keep tabs on his recuperation. Video visits really allows us to engage with the patient and then explore treatment options.
Moving forward, I've been able to engage in sports in a way that I've never been able to engage before.
We are back with the first game of the week of the season. The Folsom Bulldogs have been a powerhouse for many years. Quarterback Tyler Tremaine threw for over 2,000 yards in the 6-game season back in April. Most of those yards going to junior receiver Rico Flores Jr., who has offers from all of the big schools.
Fantastic. Folsom traveling to Elk Grove to take on Monterey Trail. The Mustangs have lost just 2 games since 2018 and will look to dominant tight end Infadafehi Paloka to help the Mustangs to another successful season. Folsom taking on Monterey Trail Friday night. Mark Willis and Joe Davidson team up for the game of the week.
This is the game everyone's hoping for last spring, and it's here now. Folsom and Monterey Trail is to kick off the season down here in Elk Grove. 2 of the top teams in the areas meet. There's really nothing else to say besides, girls, are you ready? The Monterey Trail Band is in mid-season form Friday night. Opening drive. Like third play of the game, Folsom's Tyler Tremaine airs it out to his fullback, Lucas Wolf. Just like that, Bulldogs up 7-0. Then Monterey Trail answers like a 50-yard, 2-hour drive that leads to an Allie Collier score, 7-6. It's the start of the second quarter, and it's Folsom on the attack. Tremaine fakes the handoff and keeps it himself for the score, 14-6. Still second quarter, Bulldogs stay on the ground. Donovan Maxey Collier rumbles down the sidelines but gets knocked out at the 1. Bulldogs score 2 plays later. After a turnover, Folsom with the ball, but they give it right back. It's a fumble in the end zone. Oh no, oh no, Oh, no. MT's Tayshawn Evans falls on the ball for the Mustangs. Score 21-14. You go, boy. Tremaine finds Rico Flores on the slant. He stretches and holds on to the ball. He's in. Tremaine hooks up with Flores one more time for a second score of the night. Bulldogs up 21 at the half. Third quarter, more the same for Folsom. Tremaine whips it to Greco Carrillo and another wide open wide receiver for Folsom. 42-14. Oh boy. You know it's your night when an errant pass goes off the defender and into a Bulldog's hand. Check out the concentration for DJ Brown, who hangs on to the deflected pass and takes a hit, but he still hangs on. Folsom wins big. Tyler Tremaine picks up where he left off from last spring, a 5 TD performance for the senior. After the game, Joe Davidson of the Sacramento Bee caught up with the Bulldogs team.
All right, we got a jubilant bunch of Bulldogs right here. They look the part, they sound the part. This is the man here. You grew up in the Folsom program. You're modest. You're humbled. This is nice start for you guys.
Yes, sir. It was an awesome start. We played as a team. We executed. We did what we had to do.
What do you think of your supporting crew? You got some guys.
Yeah, we got a lot of guys, and they're all great, and we all did our job. It was an awesome win.
Every program has an unsung guy. Lucas Wolf is one of those guys. What's it mean to play for this program, and how good is tonight?
It means everything. Growing up in Folsom, playing for the Bulldogs, it means everything. And senior year, we're coming for state right here. We're coming for state.
And the nationally ranked teams usually have a national recruit. Here's Rico Flores, is only a junior. How do you stay humble? You're a great player, but you're pretty low-key too.
I just go in, keep my head down, and get the job done. Like, I don't really think about anything else, just what I got to do, and we got to succeed all the time. So that's how I look at it, and I don't really pay attention to none of the stars or any of that.
What do you guys think? He's a decent player? All right, back to you guys. Great bunch of Folsom Bulldogs.
I'm Jake Vandenberg. Let's take you out to Rodriguez High School as the Mustangs collide with the Bear Creek Bruins. The Mustangs established their running game early in this one. Keith Gallen takes a handoff, finds some room to the left side, and waltzes his way in for a 6-yard touchdown. Mustangs jump out to an early 7-0 lead. Next possession, Mustangs on the move. Miles Meadows looking for options, takes a shot down the field looking for Daniel Childs, but Isaiah Bryant says, no sir, with this interception. A great play made there by the junior, but the Mustangs would get the football right back. Early in the second quarter, Gerald Zerteza takes the handoff, finds some space up the middle, and dives across the goal line for 6 more. Extra point no good, 13-zip Rodriguez. Still in the second quarter, 4th down, Bruins trying to punt the ball away. Rennell Haney can't control the high snap, and Gerald Zerteza makes his way onto your screen as he scoops the rock and takes it 39 yards the other way for 6. Mustangs pulling away, leading 19-0. Mustangs on the move yet again. Meadows looking to bounce back from that interception he threw in the first. Here he connects with Jamorian Johnson off a slant route, and he's loose, and you can kiss him goodbye. Mustangs went into the half with a 31-0 lead. The Bruins just had a hard time moving the ball in this one. David Sagapolu takes a deep shot down the field, and Jeffrey Missouri gets 2 hands under the ball to make the diving interception. It was all Mustangs in this one as they go on to win their home opener by a score of 45-0. This is what Gerald Certeza had to say on the victory.
In the newspaper, they had us losing this game, and we took it as disrespect. I mean, the stands, the crowd, the yelling, it really sets it all. It gets our energy flowing. This game just set the tone and showed what we can really do.
Coming up, Sonora travels to Oakdale to kick off its 2021 campaign.
Then it's Bella Vista and Vista Del Lago on the court. 49ers Sac Hi Sports will be right back. The Oakdale Mustangs went 4-1 in the shortened season last spring, and they kick off the 2021 season facing Sonora. Oakdale featuring 6'5" quarterback Jackson Holt.
As for the Sonora Wildcats, Bradley Kernow completed over 70% of his passes in the 3 games last spring. Sonora and Oakdale looking to start off the season with the win in the game played on Friday night.
Nick Pecoraro reporting from the Corral in Oakdale on Friday as the Sonora Wildcats take on the Oakdale Mustangs. We pick it up in the first quarter when senior running back Yahir Ayala barrels his way into the end zone for the Mustangs' first touchdown of the season, 7-0 Oakdale. More ground attack for the Mustangs as Kevin Camlin takes the ball and puts his defender on skates. He takes it 30 yards to the house. That made it 21-0 Oakdale in the second quarter. Then Oakdale shows off its aerial attack. Jackson Holt rolls to his right. Everyone thought this was going to be a pick six, but somehow slips through the DB's grasp, and it's Alex Jones with the magic hands for Oakdale. He's got reservations for 6, and it's 28-0. We're still in the first half when Holt hooks up with Jack Keldgard for the second time in the first half right here. Nice leaping catch. And Oakdale goes into the locker room up 34-0, but gives Sonora credit. They are a tough bunch. Check this play out from Aaron Greenway. Gets his helmet ripped off, stays with the play, takes a hit as the play is blown dead, but he's tough. So are the Wildcats. They avoid the shutout right here as Bradley Curnow connects with Michael Parnell, who makes a great catch leaping over his defender. Great concentration right there, but it was all Oakdale on Friday. Here comes Cam Lorero for one of his 5 Oakdale sacks on the night. He's happy. Oakdale's happy. Jackson Holt, your thoughts?
Our coaches did a great job of preparing us this week. Our O-line was taking care of business up front. Our backs were finishing runs, and our receivers were catching balls. All together, we looked good. Our defense was getting stops like crazy. Our defense is crazy athletic this year, so props to them. Everything was just clicking.
A fresh start for the Vista Del Lago Eagles as they open up the season facing the Bella Vista Broncos. First set, Kat Huyn with the great dig. Chelsea Reamchi bumps to Kyra Scala for the kill, but it's a 4-3 Vista Del Lago lead here. Kaya Fanchier stuffs it, and Natalie Blevins with the dig. Ball on VDL's side. Lexi Biaghetti to Morgan Morrison to Lila Huat. Point Eagles. Del Lago goes up by 5 in the set, so Bella Vista's playing catch-up. Huyn, the bump, Reamchi the set, and Blevins the kill. Still in the first, Paulina Harris and Alex Anderson team up for the block. Vista Del Lago starts to run away with the first. Van Sheer, Morrison back sets to Lila Huat in the corner. Lila bloops it. Eagles win the set 25-16. In the second, Bella Vista's Lauren Becker comes in with the denial. She was stoked, but Del Lago goes ahead. The dive from Mackenzie Natush. Morrison to Franchier in the corner, and that shot is money. Bella Vista's possession here. Scala, Taryn Henry, Blevins. The Broncos go on to take the 7-4 lead. But after Morrison gets the quick set over to Harris, blammo, it's tied up. Eagles go on top later in the set. Anderson coming in hot. The Eagles would win it in 3. Natush, Morrison, and Harris executes perfectly as Vista Del Lagos takes set 2 by 9 and set 3 by 2 to win it in 3 to go to 1-0 on the season. Each week, we present the Scholar Athlete Award.
This week's Scholar Athlete Award goes to the young man you met earlier in the show, Lamont Johnson Burrell from Sacramento High School, sporting a nearly perfect 3.95 GPA.
Coming up, the Elk Grove Thundering Herd facing off against the Indercombe Tigers in our second monster game, and then it's Blaster taking on Casa Roble. You're watching 49ers Sac Hi Sports, and we will be right back.
We got next, we ready to flex, we're ready to rock, headed to the top. We got next, can't settle for less. I'ma need your best, so give it all you got.
Kennedy Schoenauer makes space with 4 defenders around her and fires from 31 yards out and hits it perfectly.
Can't settle for less. I'ma need your best, so give it all you got. We got next, number 1, numero uno. Front page in the news, yeah, now you know. For the win, blood, sweat, tears in the gym, harder than the rest.
At Tracy Toyota, we're not just devoted to selling cars. We're committed to our community. We're donating $100,000 to help local organizations in Tracy. We call it Champions Thinking Heroes, like the Tracy Family Resource Center, who serve the local community. To reach our goal, we'll donate $50 for every vehicle sold. Check out our great lineup of new Toyotas. Our certified used cars come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Tracy Toyota, with you all the way.
Many have tried, but many have failed. The 49ers got the livest fans in the NFL. Try to talk, we back and we never left. We got bang, bang, Niner gang. Bang, bang, Niner gang.
Welcome back to the season premiere of 49ers Sac Hi Sports as we head to Sacramento, where the Inderkum Tigers begin their season hosting a tough Elk Grove team.
The Tigers and Thundering Herd last met in 2019 when Inderkum eked out a 2-point victory. Elk Grove was able to get in just one game last spring, unfortunately, so they are itching to get back on the field. It's our second monster game, and our Parker Ream was there.
Parker Ream here at Inderkum High School as the Tigers get set to take on Elk Grove in what should be an intriguing matchup for many reasons. The first being it's our first chance to see Reggie Harris at the helm for the Tigers. And Reggie Harris is the third coach in 3 years for Inderkum and comes with over 20 years of experience with multiple weapons such as Jeremiah Ties returning to the program. Inderkum looks to be back on top. But on the other side, the Elk Grove running attack boasts multiple running backs, highlighted by Zeke Burnett in his senior season. It's Elk Grove and Inderkum in this week's Sun Power Electric Game. Inderkum excited to get their new season underway, looking to start their new coach off with a win. First quarter, the defense was swarming multiple Tigers to the ball, taking down the running back for the loss, and they are hyped to begin the game. But Peta V would get his revenge. A massive hit stops the Inderkum drive in its tracks, but they couldn't hold them down for long. Second quarter, Jaden Johnson uncorks one, and KB Nelson, the second, runs under it, and he is gone. 60 yards to the house, 7-0. Inderkum takes the lead, but the Tigers kept Elk Grove at bay, and again, were swarming to the ball. This time, a nice job punching the ball out for the fumble as Inderkum takes possession. We jump to the third quarter now, 9-0 after a safety. The Tigers find that connection again, and what a catch by KB once more. That guy had a special game. But the Thundering Herd weren't done yet. There's a scrum in the middle, but who has it? It's Peta V breaking free down the sideline. He gets into the end zone 9-6 after the blocked PAT, and the Thundering Herd are off and running. Third quarter, the Tigers, they wouldn't go down easy though. Johnson letting another one go and finds Amani Presley, who jukes out the defender right here. And why don't we show it to you again? So nice, you had to see it twice. 15-6, Inderkum takes the lead, but Elk Grove would try to respond. Zeke Burnett bounces to the right side, and he is gone down the sideline. One man to beat, and a nice tackle by Jeremiah Ties to save the touchdown. That would come in handy as the Tiger defense held strong. Fourth quarter we go. V trying to get something going, but more gang tackling from Inderkum stops them in their tracks. He can run, he can catch. What can't this kid do? KB takes the end around and gets the first down to run down the clock for the Tigers. But 2 minutes left, last chance for Elk Grove. Tyler Fang rolls out and throws up a prayer, but it's Miles Mitchell who says, "I'll take that." Mitchell with the dagger, a great play on the ball to get the interception. And Inderkum had some words for their competition.
You know what it is. Welcome back to the jungle. We back in business, baby. We back in business. That's how we're doing, baby.
An impressive day from KB. Inderkum gets the win, 15-6.
We're going undefeated. We're going undefeated. We're going undefeated. We keep playing like this, we're going undefeated. We play as a team. We don't need nobody to believe in us. We believe in ourselves.
Hey, he's a great student for one. Let's say that off top. He has over 4.0, man. He's a smart kid. And you know what? He's chasing greatness, and he's going to be something special here as we go throughout this season. But I'm going to tell you something. All those young men over there, some special individuals, man. Special, very special, and I'm honored to coach these young men.
This is Bree Eastlick opening up the night in Orangeville with Casa Roble hosting Placer. Starting early on, Placer quarterback Andy Hall does a handoff to Lavelle Davis, who drives it into the end zone, putting them ahead early in the night. But Casa is quick to answer back with his long haul for Cole Owens to put the Rams up on the board. Later in the second, after picking up the punt, Alejandro Pietro pushes his way through the Rams, making it all the way to the finish line in the end zone. With under a minute until the half, Hall throws a last-second pass to Kurt Lewis, who does a diving catch, saving the ball and setting them up to score. After a flipping fantastic performance by the Casa Roble cheer team, the Hillmen came out fighting, with Davis once again barreling to the end zone. After a 2-point conversion, Placer would lead 27-21. Casa on the attack, Jason Lindahl with a great ball fake, then finds a wide open Owens. The sophomore races down the field, breaks a tackle, and he's in. With 6 minutes left, it's the beginning of the end when Placer fumbles and Rams' Dylan Crabtree dives, snagging the ball. This leads to Owens Lydell deciding he would take the ball himself, racing down the field till he's taken down just short of the end zone. After a close battle all night, Casa Roble would take the W 40-33. Here's what head coach Chris Horner had to say.
Well, we're going to watch film, and I'm sure there's stuff that we could work on. We played a heck of a ball game tonight. Things went our way. You know, we made mistakes, and as did they, and we just there's going to be plenty to work on. It's week 0, man. I'll tell you, by the end of the season, by week 10, that's the funnest thing to do as coaching staff is watch the film from the week 0 to week 10, and we played a heck of a ball game tonight. I hope we could just keep getting better.
Remember, all of the game footage we shoot is available for purchase on our website. Go to 49ersSacHiSports.com, and we will send it to you digitally.
Follow us on social media for lots of fun and exciting content. Our Instagram story is a great way to keep updated with scores, news, and much more. 49ers.SacHi is our handle on Instagram and Twitter.
Coming up, Lincoln of Stockton battles Edison.
And Wheatland girls volleyball starts off its season facing East Nicholas when we come back.
We are back at Levi Stadium, home of the San Francisco 49ers, with our next matchup between two teams from Stockton. The Lincoln Trojans feature Arizona-bound running back Jonah Coleman, who committed to U of A back in March.
Yeah, Lincoln travels across town to take on the Edison Vikings. The Vikings looking to avenge a loss to Lincoln on the last game of the season back in April. It's Lincoln and Edison Friday night.
Sam Berg reporting here from Stockton as Edison takes on Lincoln Friday night. We take you to the first quarter, and the snap sails over quarterback Kenyon Nelson. It's a safety for the Vikings as they take an early 2-0 lead. Now 9-0 Edison in the second, but Lincoln answers back. Give it to Jonah Coleman, and Jonah breaks a couple tackles, runs down the far sideline, and he is gone. 52 yards to the house as the Lincoln Trojans cut the deficit to just 2. But Edison answers back later in the second. Quarterback Aiden Carr fires a quick pass to Jonathan Taylor, and Jonathan sheds a tackle, picks up a block from Jason Sebron Jr., and runs it into the end zone. The point after is good as the Edison Vikings take the 19-7 lead at halftime. Third quarter now as the ball finds its way into the hands of Nakean Jackson as he scampers in for the touchdown. The Edison Vikings win the Battle of Stockton with a final score of 26-7. Aiden Carr and Jonathan Taylor leading the charge for the victorious Edison Vikings.
Adrian Soriano here in Stockton as Chavez takes on Mountain House. The Titans get to work on their first drive. Give it to Ruben Hooks, and Ruben breaks a tackle, gets a block from Luis Rodriguez, and rumbles his way to the 34-yard line. Then just a short time later, Dion Mao connects with Sejan Alford in the end zone for the first points of the game, 6-0 Chavez. But back come the Mustangs. Amari Brooks passes to Roy Gardner Jr., who hauls it in, and Roy will walk it in for the score. PAT no good, and it's tied up at 6. Chavez answers back on the ensuing kickoff. Sean Clark takes it from the 25-yard line. He gets some good blocking, jukes past the defender, runs down the sideline, and he is gone! 75 yards to the house, and it's 12-6 Titans. Chavez knocking on the door again, and this time it's Ruben Hooks powering into the end zone. 19-6 Titans after 1. Second quarter, and Mountain House battles back. Gardner Jr. rolls to the right and finds Dexter Francis III for the touchdown, and it's 19-12 Chavez Titans. The Titans trying to add on just before the half, but Matthew Andrade comes up with a big sack. Still 19-12 Titans at halftime. Third quarter now, and Ruben Hooks gets the handoff again and breaks more tackles and sprints past everybody for the score. PAT good, and it's 26-12 Titans. The Titans looking to put this game away, but Jaden Grande forces the fumble. Mateo Hernandez comes up with the loose ball to stop the drive. Mountain House looking to rally back in the fourth. Amari Brooks keeps it, and that was a good idea. Amari runs it inside the 5-yard line, but Chavez gets a defensive stop here as Jaden Simon gets to the quarterback for the sack as the Titans win it 26-12 for their first win of the season. Ruben Hooks talks about what it means to play in front of the fans again.
Feels good. I like the fans' energy. I get juiced off of that. And playing again in the fall is better, colder, and it's just good.
Brian Mueller saying hello again. Wheatland and East Nicholas each opening their seasons Tuesday night at the home of the Pirates. First set, Spartans get off to a quick start. Layla Winiger sets it up for Jaden Hoffman, who puts it away. 4-1 East Nicholas. Winiger with a game-high 7 assists. Hoffman tied a game-high with 5 kills. So that was some power. How about a little finesse from the Spartans? Remington Hewitt places it perfectly on the other side, one of her 4 kills. But the Pirates aren't putting up the white flag by a long shot. Claire Pickle serves it up. The Spartans try to send it back, but Molly Ennis stuffs it. She also had 4 kills. Wheatland down 19-14. Set point here. Pirates do a good job of keeping afloat, but the Spartans ultimately take the first set. The Wheatland faithful hoping for a different result in the second, and Anaya Durham, she has something to say about that. She kills it to draw Wheatland even in the second, but East Nicholas responds. They have a lot of size at the net. Winiger and Mika Lopp put up a Spartan wall for the point. Kayana Fapula, she had a big game. Check out this gem of a serve, like a 12-6 curve. That would make it 20-15. Spartans would take the set 25-18. Trying to close it out in the third set. We'll pick this up midpoint. Wheatland trying to hang in there. Nice volley on both sides here, but Justine Bolden ends it at the net. Wasn't enough though. East Nicholas takes the third set 25-7 to win their opener 3-0. It was just the third match of 2021 for the Spartans after playing only 2 last season.
I think we're a pretty solid team, so I'm pretty sure we'll do pretty good. Talking, communicating, that's huge for us. And cheering each other on, we weren't looking down on each other or getting mad, so that was big.
Coming up, the play of the week. It could be this play, but you will have to stick around and see.
But first, let's take a look at our football top 10 poll.
Time now for the play of the week.
First off, we'll count down the contenders and then award the play we thought was the best of the best in this week's Play of the Week.
First off, out to Wheatland. Kiana Fa'upula from East Nick was serving up aces all night long. Down to Elk Grove, where Folsom's DJ Brown makes a terrific TD catch off the deflected pass, but it was not good enough. Can you believe that? Way down to Tracy, it's Kimball's quarterback, Nicholas Coronado, eludes the rush. That was great, but Mason's Rivera's TD catch was even sweeter with the tip-toe tappity-tap. Mason Rivera, you get the first ever Sac Hi Play of the Week.
That's the play of the week, and that is our first ever 49ers Sac Hi Sports. How did it go?
I liked it.
I liked it too. It was fun.
It was very good, except for the last part where you said that's the play of the week. It's got to be, that's the play of the week.
All right, I will practice it next time.
Appreciate that. Next week, 49ers Cal Hi Sports will be back on the air as well. We are taking over NBC Sports California every Sunday night for 4 hours. We hope you will join us. Thanks for watching this week. I'm Robert Braunstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. Join us next week. We will have a full show of football and volleyball highlights, including the story of this Mountain House football player's journey to one of the newest towns in the area. We will see you then.